Sorry about that. Being a little bit late. Just seem to have a problem with getting the broadcast to start. Okay, I think it's working now. So welcome. Today is a speaking class, and our topic is authenticity, which is quite a deep topic. It's an interesting one. It's a bit of an unusual, I don't know, maybe topic to talk about, in that it's quite I don't know, it's quite abstract, is I suppose what I mean. Thinking about what it means and how does it apply to you, we're going to be discussing all of those things today, and we're going to be using a little help from a guy called Deepak Chopra. If you're into Buddhism or spirituality or maybe improving your life, you might have heard of him. If you haven't, check him out quickly on Google. He's a pretty awesome dude. He's written this article, he's got a website and lots of stuff. He's pretty famous, he's actually written lots of books. So if this is a topic that interests you, maybe you'd like to see something more about him. Good practice for your English as well. So do come along in. If you're new to Verbling, you might want to check out the teacher pages. I'm going to post a link to that in the chat box. It's just a way of finding out a little bit more about who we are, who the teachers are on Verbling, and also, you're able to book a class or a tutoring session with a particular teacher from their teacher page. So if any of the teachers look cool, you can go to their teacher page and see when they're free. So let's get started. Who do we have here today? We have Anna. How are you, Anna?
Hello, Amy. I'm fine, thank you. I'm glad to be in your class, as usual.
Hey, it's good to see you. Are you vacuuming, Anna? Is somebody vacuuming?
No, it wasn't from my microphone.
Okay.
It was from Fariat microphone.
All right. I'm just gonna mute you, Fariat, just because so that we can talk to everybody. If you're vacuuming, good on you, I must say. But while we're talking, it's a bit hard to concentrate. So Anna, I haven't finished with you yet. Can you tell me just what do you think authenticity actually is? When you see that word, what comes into your mind?
What comes to my mind? I think being yourself is to be authentic.
Yeah.
I think authenticity is something self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You know, like just wake up and do whatever you want to do without following the crowds, without fear of judgment. But that's not how the world. I'm sorry. It's not how the world works. So we cannot be okay.
Thank you. Thanks for starting us off. That was a really great little definition. I'm just going to keep it open. I don't want to use a dictionary to define this today because I think it's a little bit more interesting if we come up with our own ideas. So thank you, Anna, for starting us off. She said it's being yourself, not following the crowd, maybe just waking up in the morning and doing what you want to do and not being in fear of judgment. So let's see if any of you want to respond or give your own ideas about that. We'll say hello to Carlos. Secondly, how are you, Carlos? Are you there? I can't hear you, Carlos. Maybe have a little fiddle around with your microphone. I'll come back to you and I'll say good morning or good evening to Fariat. Is that how I say your name? Hello.
Hello, my name is Fariat. I'm from Turkey. It's my first time I meet this website. It's my first lesson, actually. A little bit difficult for me, maybe, because I didn't, I am not get used to now. I want just maybe listening, or maybe sometimes maybe I can join the lessons. But now I want to listening and I want to get used to this lesson style.
Okay.
It's different for me. It's online and it's on the chat. It's very different for me. justice.
Thank you. It's really a pleasure to meet you, Feria, and welcome to Verbling. Congratulations on your first ever lesson with us. It's awesome. And as Anna just said, you're speaking beautifully. Could you just let us know if you have any questions or if you're not really understanding how to work the website or whatever? Just please do ask, okay? Even if I'm talking, you can always type a message and I'll have a look at it at some point. And you're very welcome to participate as much or as little as you like, Feria. So just do whatever you feel is most comfortable for you, okay?
Thank you very much. Okay.
Oh, right. Carlos, are you there? I see you've kind of gone and come.
Yes, I think so.
Awesome. Yes, I can hear you
I have
now.
everything solved.
Brilliant. Well done. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Excellent. I'm good, thank you, Carlos. All right, so the same question to you, and feel free to just give your opinion about this. It's not a kind of a yes or no. What do you think authenticity is?
Well, for me, it's something that I would like everyone would have or should have.
Why?
Well, because I would feel more comfortable when I have to talk, when I talk to people who I think are telling me the truth always.
Okay, so telling you the truth is something you feel is linked to authenticity. Great.
Yeah, for me, it has to do with that.
Wonderful. Anything else you want to add, Carlos, to that?
Well, that I always try to be authentic. Maybe there are sometimes I cannot be completely, but definitely I try.
Wow, awesome. Inspiring. Thank you, Carlos. We will come back to you and talk to you further about this topic. All right, Ksenia, hello. How are you?
Hello, Amy. I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I hope the week is continuing to be, I don't know, good. Have you finished your book yet?
I think I'll finish it today after your class.
Have you got a few more pages to go?
10.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna be hoping the class is over so you can rush to finish your book. All right. So before you get back to your book, Ksenia, tell us what you think about authenticity. What is it?
I think it's very important to be. It's very difficult word to say. Authentic. Oh my God! Can you repeat it?
Authentic, to be authentic, or authenticity?
No, it's very important to be authentic and to have authenticity things with you. So we live in a world of forgeries, and for me, it's really important to have real, clothes, because a lot of replicas of many brands, a lot of forgeries, food with artificial stuff. It's also very, I think it's all
widespread.
Widespread. Yes, it's difficult to talk today. I don't know why.
It's because of the word authenticity, Ksenia. It's tripped you up.
Yes, I think so. It's very difficult to say.
All right, let's all have a practice. You can switch off your microphones if you don't want anyone to hear you, okay? So the topic of today is pronounced authenticity. Authenticity, okay? If you want
Can
to
you
use
write, please?
Yes.
Authenticity
in the chat box. That's the noun. The noun is authenticity. If you want to use the adjective, as in you're a very authentic person, then it's authentic, which is slightly easier. And that's also in the chat box. All right, so thank you, Ksenia. You've mentioned a really good point, something completely different. It's not actually about us. You've mentioned authenticity in other areas of life, like food and products, and the fact that there are lots of fake things out there, and what you've said is forgery, and which is a great word, It's usually used for something like a document or money, more so than products or food or whatever. So forgery is usually used like, you know, a forged banknote, a forged document, a forged signature, something fake that somebody's pretending is something it's not. Okay, awesome. Thank you and welcome to you, Ksenia. Mustafa, hello, welcome.
Hey, teacher. Thank you.
How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Yeah, kind of, but my English is not well today. My English is not very well today, I confess. Like, I don't know what's happened, but don't on me, it's not good today.
Just, it's a bad vibes. The word authenticity is sending off bad vibes to all of you. Don't be put off, guys. I don't mind if you pronounce it badly. Even I say words wrong quite often, so it's fine. Mustafa, what do you think? Have you got something to add about authenticity?
I don't know, but like, you know, like I agree with what Anna said. Pretty much, I agree pretty much with what Anna said. Like, try to be authenticity for me, trying to be like myself, and don't try to be like a copycat of someone else. To be honest with you, I maybe I was a victim of this one. Like I applied the opposite meaning of it at times when I was like younger. But now, like gradually, I start realize that being myself and uh, try to do things that I like, not other like, not to gain the sympathy of other, or to gain or doing thing only to gain maybe the approval of other people. This is not maybe something we need to seek or we should seek about. We need to be ourselves. Don't pay also, and I said like good point, like mentioned a good point, like don't try to seek the permission of other, something like this. Yeah. This is the authenticity for me, and I'm looking forward to know more about authenticity and authentic people from your class.
Oh, Mustafa, you've just made my day. Well done.
Thank you.
Great pronunciation, Mustafa. Okay, I love what you said also about not doing things only to gain approval or sympathy from other people. That's a really nice way of putting it. It's definitely something that I occasionally struggle with. Okay. Thank you, Mustafa, and welcome. And 10 points for perfect pronunciation. Natasha, hello.
Hello, I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too, Natasha. How are you today?
I'm really looking forward to weekends.
To what?
So fun. Looking forward to weekends because it's the end of the week and a little bit tired and I want to have a rest.
Fair enough.
But pretty okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. You're looking forward to your rest this weekend. Me too, I must say.
Yeah.
All right, Natasha. So, do you have anything extra that you would like to add about what we've said so far about the topic for today?
Sorry?
Do you have any extra ideas or opinions to add to what we've said so far about authenticity?
Yes. Okay, I would like to say that I, in principle, agree with previous answers on your question because I support these ideas about authenticity. But I would like to add that, first of all, authenticity, if I am not mistaken, it's widely known term in math, in statistics, because all scientists, when they speak about their results, scientific results, they have to say about their authenticity, and they prove it by math formulas. But in relation to human, in relation to people, I would like to say that I like idioms about visit. I think that it has a relation to our topic, that actives speak louder than words. I mean that we can say a lot about our actions, about different feelings, but only our actions, but only what we do in a real situation. It's only these can show our authenticity and can show our really face, maybe so.
Okay. Thank you, Natasha. It was awesome that you brought in such a cool idiom. Actions speak louder than words. Agreed, it is a cool one. And it's like the perfect one for today's class. Thank you, Natasha. Awesome. Okay, welcome. And Rusha, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Emmy.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. So, what do you think about this, all the stuff we've been talking about so far, Rusha?
I'm thinking, yeah, just authenticity means just truthfulness, sincerity, yeah, all the stuff people talking about.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right, I'm going to come back to you in a moment. I just want to say hello also to Giancarlo, who we haven't said hi to yet. Hello.
Hello, Amy. Good afternoon.
Thank you. It's actually good morning for me because I'm in New Zealand, but good afternoon for you. How's your day gone?
Well, but yesterday night I felt a little bit bad. Now I have a cold and I have an infection in my throat. I don't know because the weather here in Mexico is very changeable. So in the morning cold, the afternoon hot, at night windy and rainy, and it's
not good for your body.
Exactly. So I need to use my scarf, my jacket, and I am taking some medicine right now. I am feeling better now.
Okay, I'm glad. All right, I'm hoping the cold doesn't get too bad, Giancarlo. Would you like to add anything to what we've said so far about authenticity?
Authenticity means to be unique and means to act in a different way than the others. Sometimes it is hard to be authentic because most of the people don't like to be authentic, and maybe sometimes they don't like to show their feelings because showing your feelings and emotions, or maybe being yourself in a group of people, it's a little bit complicated for some. Sometimes some people prefer just go with the flow and act and be the same way as others, just not to be noticed. And in the past, for example, I tried to go with the flow because it was a little bit hard to be authentic. It's like, for example, you are a little bit how can I say that? You are a little bit in a certain way different, talking about the way the other people think.
Yep.
And of course, it is hard to be like that because you are part of a group of friends or a group of people, and most of the time when you talk about different things or criticize in a different way, sometimes it is hard to belong to a group. Okay. So to be authentic implies to be different, to be unique, and to tell open the things. I mean, to say things openly.
Great, thank you. Really lovely, and actually, you lead beautifully into my next question. So thank you, Giancarlo. You mentioned already that sometimes when you're in a situation with friends and you don't think the same as them, it can be difficult to actually be authentic. And my next question is, in what types of situations do you personally find it really challenging to be authentic, or do you find yourself never really achieving authenticity? Are there certain situations, are there certain people who, when you're with them, you feel like you're not really yourself? So Rusha, I'm going to come to you first. Can you give me any examples of a situation where it's difficult to be authentic for you?
Situations.
people?
Actually, a point that someone who just mentioned is, so you wanted, for example, if you in a group, you're different, your personality is different from theirs, but you wanted to be part of the group, so you somehow change your, it's not you change your personality, but you act like what they do. This is not a true representation of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you are asking me a situation.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that I think is something we've probably all experienced. You know, when you're growing up, it happens a lot, right, at school.
And also, yeah, I think also it sometimes it also has something to do with like social interaction. Sometimes even you don't think the person is doing well, but you still try to compliment them.
Okay.
Because you don't want to sound rude or.
Yep, absolutely. That's a really good example. If you're trying to avoid sounding or being rude, then you might end up being inauthentic. Yeah?
Yeah.
To avoid confrontation?
Yeah, avoid confrontation. So maybe someone asks you, how do you think of my presentation? They thought it's bad, but they'll say, oh, it's good.
Great!
It's fine.
I
think, yeah, I feel especially in American or I haven't been to any other countries, but people tend to be seen like very polite. They don't want to say things, say true things. So if they're saying fine, that means bad. If have to be excellent to be good.
Okay, so you've got to listen to their language carefully, Rusha, right? And interpret it.
Yeah.
Thank you. They were really good examples. Does anyone else have an example of a time when it's difficult to be authentic? Apart from being in a group situation or trying to avoid being rude or confrontational?
May I? Okay, thank you. I think that it's very difficult and even dangerous to interfere in a relationship, for example, between husband and wife, or between a friend girl and friend boy, because yes, we can have in this situation a difficult opinion about something, but it doesn't maybe it doesn't right to interfere and say about this loud, you see. And I suppose that in this situation, yes, it's really difficult to have to be authentic. I'm sorry.
Authentic.
Authentic. Yes, thank you.
Okay, now this is obviously proving a difficult word. I'll try to remember at the end of class. I'm going to get you all to say authentic and authenticity, so I feel like I've helped you learn a new word today. Except for Mustafa's already passed with flying colours, so you're excluded from that, Mustafa. But everyone else, keep practicing with your microphones off, okay? Okay, thank you, Natasha. Really good point. In certain relationships, it's best to stay out of it. But maybe you have to risk your authenticity because you feel that you should say something or that you would like to say something, but it's best not to because interfering in such a personal relationship of somebody else's might be a bad idea. Good point. Anyone else with another situation that's challenging for your authenticity?
Who
was that? I didn't quite catch it. No? Was it?
I wasn't, but I can now.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Well, for example, when you meet someone for the first time, and you don't want to get along badly, even though you think differently than he or she. So you try to say, well, you probably won't say that you don't agree with him or her, but you would say things in a more polite way that you would if it weren't a new person for you.
True. Yeah, great example, Carlos. When you meet somebody for the first time, I don't think any of us walk up to someone new and go, wow, that dress looks terrible on you, or that presentation sucked, didn't it? And the other person just totally disagrees with you. It's awkward to do that because you don't know them well enough to know how it's going to go down. Great example. Anybody else?
Amy, I would like to share something. There is an expression here in Mexico in Spanish, and in the past I thought it was just me who thought about this concept, but now most of the people think about this concept, and it is. I'm going to try to translate it into English, but it's lie to socialize.
Ah, okay. I haven't heard of this before, but go ahead.
In Spanish es miente para convivir. It means that, for example, when you are part of a group, maybe you don't share the other's ideas or opinions, but you are part of the team, part of the group, and you need to accept something, although it is negative, although it is not important for you, but you are there and you must say, okay, wow, perfect, I agree, excellent, good. So exactly, and inside of you, you're saying, oh my goodness, what
I love it. That's awesome, Giancarlo. I didn't know that expression in Spanish, but that is very cool.
Yeah, I don't know, Amy, if in your country or maybe you think the same sometimes when you are part of a group and you say, oh my goodness, I need to be part of this group.
Yeah, so, for sure.
Okay.
Thank you. That's awesome. No phrase springs to mind that we have in English for that. I don't know whether any of you can think of one, but that is cool. Thank you, Giancarlo. I've just read the messages and noticed that it was Anna and Mustafa, so since it's ladies first, Anna.
Okay, I agree with all of them about peer pressure, white lies, and to not being noisy, to avoid being noisy, you know, avoid the things that may offend others, and also when you don't know how to behave because you want something and you are in a place that there is no code of rules, and then you want to stay in this place, but you don't know what you should do to please people who are in charge. So you cannot be yourself. You think twice before say something, and gosh, it's difficult.
Difficult to explain.
No, it's difficult to
deal with in real life. Yeah.
When you don't know, when it's not written somewhere, I don't know. Do you understand what I am saying?
Yes. You don't know. Sometimes we say the unspoken rules. You don't know what the unspoken rules are, Anna. So yes, you're not.
Sometimes they don't exist.
Yeah, there aren't any. True. Okay, that's another great example. And Mustafa?
I just wanted to mention like a point. I think it's related to authentic people. Maybe. You can give me your opinion. Like maybe some people they are very direct people. Like maybe if maybe my hairstyle wasn't that good one day, and I was with my peer group with my friends, and we were talking. And this one, I try to be very direct. His personality is very directed. He has a directed personality. He said directly, like, I don't like your hairstyle. Why you make it like this? Why don't you change it? Something like this. I think this is like maybe kind of being authentic or not. You tell me. Is it like authentic, related to authentic?
I think it's open to your own personal opinion, Mustafa. I think sometimes it's great to have those people in your life because you know you can trust them for an actual true opinion, you know? They're not just going to go, yeah, sure, you look great when you look terrible. However, sometimes it's too much to cope with if you're feeling a bit, and then you hear someone say, oh, your hairstyle sucks, then you think, oh.
Yeah, the point is like if I wanna maybe make or give an advice for a person, maybe my friend or another person, maybe this person would be shy if I gave him this advice maybe in public with other friend. Maybe this would cause him to be impressed or something like this. So it's better maybe to take him maybe to a corner maybe or a private place and tell him this advice like privately. This would be much better than being maybe authentic or directly saying that in front of people, like, yeah, you know.
Great point. Yeah, absolutely. And Anna's sort of typing a couple of things along the same lines. Is authenticity the same thing as just saying everything that comes into your mind? Probably not, but it's a fine line between how you deal with it and what you do say and what you don't say. It's quite a complicated issue. So we're going to have a look at the article now because this kind of shares a few little insights, I think. And we may not have time to read it all. We might. It's not too long. I'm going to just discuss parts of it together. So it starts up here. It says authenticity, a closer look. And as I said before, this is, I don't know whether Deepak Chopra actually wrote this, but it's certainly from his website. Probably says the author somewhere down there if you'd like to look for it. Okay, would anybody like to... I might actually ask Feriat, because we haven't heard from you yet. Are you okay, Feriat? Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello? I can hear some crackling, but I can't hear your voice, Feriat, so maybe just check your microphone. And I will come back to you in a moment. But in the meantime, would anybody like to read?
Can I?
Okay, yes, both of you can. I'm not sure who was there first.
I can start.
All right, thank you, Ksenia.
The desire to live authentically is a natural drive within each of us. At root, this movement towards greater authenticity stems from our nature as unique and self-expressive beings. The self, what we truly are, is always seeking to manifest itself even more fully. As we look at the world around us, we see that no two things are identical. No two snowflakes are ever the same, nor are they intended to be. Rather, each forms a distinct expression, and this applies to us as well. The universe doesn't intend our life to be a copy of someone else's life. We are each magnificently unique, and the inner impulse to express this is what drives us to be authentic.
Thank you, Ksenia. Lovely reading. Good to start us off. Okay, there might be some words in there that you want to ask about. Is everyone following? Questions? No questions? Everyone understand? All right, in that case, we're going to carry on to the first sort of section, which is entitled Authenticity and its Manifestation in Our Life. Manifestation is obviously the coming into being of something, how something appears or looks or is in our life. So, Anna, could you read this one for us, please?
Sure. Authenticity and its manifestation in our life. During some phases, our drive to be authentic, my gosh, this word, focus more on the outward structures and activities of our life. We seek to change these so that they are more aligned with who we really are or who we want to become. For instance, we might change jobs, change careers, change living situations, or change relationships. This is fueled by wanting to break free from old conditioning, forms, and self-images that no longer serve us. As our self-awareness continues to unfold, we come to view ourselves in ever more expanded terms through yoga, meditation, spiritual work, or other consciousness raising activities. A much deeper self begins to emerge within us, as well as a growing desire to integrate this deeper self. This, too, is a manifestation of the authentic drive. However, the focus here is not so much on changing things in our outer life, but on transforming our consciousness, world views, and inner life to better fit with the expanded self we are becoming, regardless of how the impulse towards authenticity is playing out in us. It carries both challenges and rewards.
Thank you, Anna. Also beautiful. So this is quite a full paragraph, or couple of paragraphs. Does anyone have any particular questions about vocabulary?
Yes, outward.
Outward, this one here?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, can anyone explain what outward means as opposed to inward?
I think it means the outside.
Yeah, it means looking out, or on the outside as opposed to the inside. If you kind of take this as a whole, this section, it's really saying that authenticity can sometimes make us change something in our outward life, like our job or our house or our relationship, or it can make us change something inside us, like how we act or what our emotions are, or something to do with our inner life. So that's what it's talking about here. Any other questions?
I'm not sure if I understand it. As our self-awareness continues to unfold, it means to grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfold is not exactly grow. It also kind of means open, Anna. Unfold is like open. But it's a similar meaning than to grow. Yeah. Okay, so we've already spoken a little bit about some challenging situations. Let's read the next one, which is authenticity and its challenges. Would anyone else like to read?
I can read.
Thank you.
Don't mind. Okay, when seeking to be more authentic, challenges arise because of the need to throw off the older consciousness and way of living that we are no longer aligned with. This is much like a snake shedding its skin. Our deep self brings these outward elements to our awareness and promotes us to let go of them. However, this often requires courage, strength, and conviction. And there are usually elements within us that partially resist these changes. These resistive elements can show up both internally and externally. For instance, we may fear that we will lose something important in our life if we make these changes we are not contemplating. Or we find that other people or circumstances put up barriers to the new directions we feel compelled to move in. However, because the drive for authenticity and growth is intrinsic to our nature, we will always have the resources to overcome whatever resistance arises. The deeper self that is encouraging us forward will also provide the strength and resources that we need to make these changes.
Great, lovely reading, thank you. You have a beautiful flow, Rusha, and really lovely pronunciation. Just this word here is prompts.
Prompts.
Yes.
I said promoted, yeah.
Yeah. You just misread it, I think. Okay, so this is quite a full-on one as well. Any questions? No particular questions. Okay, so I'm just going to ask a couple of questions to make sure everyone's following. According to this paragraph or this section, why do challenges arise when you are trying to be authentic? Would anyone like to answer?
I guess it's just because we have some inertia and we don't want to lose something that we already have.
Absolutely. I think this is definitely something that happens to me. Not sure if you guys were thinking, oh yeah, this is true, as Ruchel was reading. Great, thank you, Ruchel. That's basically the essence of the paragraph. It does say that these things can be internal and external. It's like the same as outward and inward that we had in this one here. So it's nothing specific, but if you think about those situations we have already mentioned together, I think you can put 2 and 2 together and realize this is probably true. Okay. We've got a couple more paragraphs to read about rewards and integrity, and then there's some tips which I found quite cool, which help you sort of direct yourself towards being a bit more authentic if that's your goal. So let's just see if Feriat, are you around, Feriat? Maybe not. Okay, another volunteer?
May I?
Yes, thank you, Natasha.
Okay, thank you. Authenticity and its rewards. As we overcome our internal and external challenges and make expansions into greater authenticity, we reap large rewards. A move into greater authenticity is always a move into greater levels of empowerment, creative self-expression, and overall well-being. This is because we are moving toward our true and greater self. Our interactions with the world and with others become more fulfilling and more alive. Our joy and fulfillment rise to higher levels. Authenticity okay.
I'll just see if there's anyone else who wants to read, Natasha. That was beautifully read. If not, you can carry on. Does anyone else want to read?
May I? Have a question.
Oh, you have a question? Okay, what we're going to do is just read the next paragraph and then we'll have questions about both of them together. And was that Feriat? I think it might have been.
Yes, I can read if you want.
Thank you. Yes, please, from here.
A second paragraph? Okay.
Yes.
Authenticity and integrity. For same forms of self-expression, such as teaching, authenticity is particularly important. This is especially true for those who are teaching personal or spiritual development. For such teachers, this Dharma path requires great integrity. There must be consistency between the teacher's own practice and what they are teaching to others. Students can't usually sense whether their teachers are walking their talk. Before teachers can be truly successful at transmitting their knowledge and skills to others, they need to be living it themselves. Then teachers' authentically live their own dharma and are true to their own practice, they will bring value and empowerment to those they teach.
Brilliant, well done, thank you. And you even managed another word authentically. 10 points to you too, Thariat. Well done. Okay, now we'll go for questions about any of these paragraphs here. So Anna, what was your question?
What does reap mean
Yep, to reap is basically to harvest something. So when you grow a crop and it's ready to eat or whatever, then you reap it or you harvest it. So in this sense, it's like you are getting the value out of something that you have grown or worked on. Okay? Anyone else?
So after reading this article, it looks like they are mainly discussing the concept. So people tend to some people live with like some other people's expectation, and they live the way other people expect them to live. Also, people sometimes compare with each other, but not pursue their true happiness. For example, if your family wants to you be a certain being certain profession, and you kind of just do what they thought is a good path, good career path for you, but it's not necessarily what you really want, and it's different from what we discussed. Like we just discussed the word meaning, the authenticity, but this is just the concept is about living your own life.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for kind of summarizing that so beautifully, Rusha. You're right. When we discussed it, we came from a different perspective, and this is obviously a sort of a spiritual perspective, you could almost say. But I think maybe both ways of looking at it are kind of interesting. And what we're going to do is, if you can see here, we've got some tips. We've got 10 minutes left, and what I would like you to do is just to think about what we've spoken about so far in today's class. Read through this list. There's 15. I just want you to choose one that sparks something, makes you think, something maybe that you'd like to pursue. And we're just going to share the ones that we've chosen and just really, really short, 1 minute, say why we chose this one and what it makes us think about. So just take 30 seconds to have a quick look at that list. If you want the link, I'll paste it again. And then I'm going to come to each of you and ask which one you've chosen and why. So just really short for the end of the lesson.
I have chosen one.
All right. Well, if you've chosen already, Mustafa, can you tell us why you chose it?
I have chosen 4. Take time to know yourself. I think this is like this is very, very important to know yourself, because you know, your reaction or your word reflect your your inside. So if for example, if I want to maybe attack you, or someone want to attack you by my word maybe, or by something, by my action, by something maybe annoying you, the way you respond to me reflect your inside. What's your inside? Your inside is hater, love, peaceful mind. What's the inside of you? This is all reflected to the outside. So we unconsciously react to the action depend on our inside. So take time to know yourself is much important, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. What a great explanation, Mustafa. Thank you. Very cool. Okay. Next person.
I can.
Thank you, Ksenia.
7. Align your words, thoughts, and deeds together. I think it's very important to think in right way, I did in right way, I think, and says the right word. I can make one example. For maybe your friend once invite you on the party, his birthday party. In your mind, you think, "Oh my God, I don't want to go to this party." But in real life, you say, "Okay, I'll go." But in real, finally, you didn't go. And
Yep.
I have such friend, and it's awful. So I think we should
Yes.
follow.
Awesome, Ksenia, thank you, because I'm sure that every single one of us has been in that situation. And that's like a great little mini example. Awesome, thanks. Next person.
I may. Oh.
All right, let's do Natasha, then we'll come to you, Carlos. So, Natasha.
Okay, thank you. I would like to do the fourth point, take time to know yourself. We saw a lot about authenticity, and guys say a lot of about unique, about don't be rude, and we should be in this case trust to yourself and with others. But I suppose that one of the main point and maybe difficult point it's to obtain knowledge about yourself, because sometimes for this a person need maybe all his life for obtaining the answer on these questions. And I think that we can lead themselves, yourself, differently in different situations, and even we cannot predict our even our behavior in some situation as well. So maybe only experience, and only in the end of our life we can in the end to say what we are.
Awesome, thank you, Natasha. Really something to think about. Carlos.
Well, for me, it's number 10. Be clear and truthful and act from integrity. Because for me, sincerity and transparency is really, really important. Not just when you have to say something to people, but also when people have to say something to you. I think with that you get the best things you can get in life from sincerity and truthfulness. And just that, I think that this is the way that I want to go.
Brilliant, thank you. Awesome, I agree completely, Carlos. Rusha, your turn.
I think I will choose. I'll choose 14. Accept that you are your own ultimate authority. So I guess it's just no one can tell you what you need to do with your life. No one will guide your life.
Yeah, absolutely. You're you're your own destiny, I guess. Thank you, Rusha. Great. Awesome. Who else do we have left? We have Giancarlo. Which one would you like to choose? Are you there?
Yep, I am here. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I am here. Well, there are some important numbers here, points to talk about. The first one I would like to is number 9. I like to mention is number 9. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. To be authentic means to take decisions, and not. It doesn't matter if you are part of a group. So thinking in general, because every single person that is in a group is unique. and must be authentic. If you say, okay, I don't want this, I don't like that, I don't think this, I don't think that, you are being authentic, and this is the point. No, just to defend your personal point of view, because we are unique.
Absolutely. Thank you, Giancarlo. All right. And Fariat, do you have one that you'd like to choose? Wonderful. Which number?
Number 10. Be clear and truthful and act from integrity. Some people sometimes say a lot of things, and they use a lot of words, but they don't say be clear things. They just speaking, and it's very important. Be clear and truthful, really. If you want, some people say and didn't act when they act not same. They mind. We understand it's not true. It's not authentic person. Authentic person. Yeah, I think it's good sentence.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fariat. And lastly, Anna, which one would you like to go for?
Number 5. Journal is a way to bring inner wisdom to awareness. I like writing a lot, and if it doesn't, if it won't bring inner wisdom to awareness, at least you get things off your chest, and you will improve your written.
You'll improve your writing.
Yes, your writing. Sorry, I mispronounced it. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for bringing a touch of humor to that last one. It's been kind of a serious lesson, but I think it's been really interesting to hear all of your opinions, and I've learned so much from this lesson. I think I've learned more than you guys. Okay, before we go, I promised, I know that we're running a little late, but I would like everybody to just say authenticity. You can leave your microphone off if you don't want me to hear it, but just practice that word. It's authenticity. Authenticity. I hope that you have a great day, guys. I will see you again next week, if not before. If you do want to improve your writing, come along to the next class, because I'm going to be teaching that now. Take care. Have a great weekend. See you guys.
Thank you. Bye. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.